And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Friday, May 30th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome here on a Friday morning. You've had a little rain overnight. The sun is shining now, and we welcome you to our program. And each Friday, we talk about Wilson Bank and Trust right here in Lebanon, Tennessee, and 31 offices throughout mostly Middle Tennessee. We have a new representative for Wilson Bank this morning, first time here, Madison Beal. Good morning, Madison.
Good morning.
It is nice to have you with us, and it says on your card here, Manager Fraud. So we've got a lot to talk about this morning, but to get started, this is your first time to come here and do the commercial and represent Wilson Bank and Trust. So tell us a little bit about you and your background, if you will.
Well, good morning. My name is Madison Beal. I am the manager of fraud fiscal security. I have been at Wilson Bank and Trust for 10 years this year, and it's a fun time. I was in Hartsville for over 7. I served as a personal banker, and so 3 years ago, had a life change and decided to move into operations and step into fraud. So I started as an analyst, worked my way to investigator, and then took the promotion as a manager.
Quite a change, isn't it?
Drastic.
So what all are you doing as regarding fraud?
So I oversee a team. I've got 4 people under me. I've got 2 investigators and 2 analysts, and they do an amazing job. I would just love to say we're the sole protectors of the bank. I get told all the time we're the sheriffs or the bad guys, but we're really just trying to help the financial institution to prevent and mitigate a fraud loss for not only the bank, but the customers.
What may be the most common issues of fraud that you deal with? Is there one particular one, or is there maybe 2 or 3 that you could talk quickly about here? There
are several, but I would like to say that our one that we see the most of is romance or confidence scams.
And give us an example.
So I will just say the elderly people, they're preyed on with stuff like this. I tell people all the time they get paid to search obituaries and stuff like that, and they look to see, and what are you in your weakest moments? You're vulnerable and you're lonely, and you want somebody to just talk to. And so they prey on people like that, and they just go in, and then that's when all of the fraud starts to happen. I tell people that's their job.
Well, how do you deal with that?
We deal with it very carefully because you have to let people down easy. They're scared, they're lonely, and it's a sense of urgency, and they want to be loved by someone. And so I try to reach out and make sure that their family's involved. If they don't have family, do they have friends? Do they have neighbors? Talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. But I just try to tell people, if you're able, if this crosses somebody's path and it helps them, if you feel like you're going through something like that, talk to a banker. Bankers know what's going on, and we try to not only educate our frontline staff, but our customers that we serve. We try to pick up on the key words that we're listening for. So that's something that we try to do at Wilson Bank and Trust.
What about small businesses? But I'm thinking small businesses probably are preyed on by predators for fraud.
They are. Small businesses right now, I feel like it's business impersonation. And I try to tell people all the time, I made this up going on a whim not too long ago. What do we have just 30 minutes down the road? We've got an international airport. Hundreds of flights are coming in and out a day. That's an avenue for fraud. And so what I like to say is businesses are getting impersonated because what do we put in our mailbox? We put checks in our mail. And so for that, we have crime rings that come in from all over. If we hit 65, 24, 40, you're in Atlanta, you're in Kentucky, I could beat a Bowling Green in at least 45 minutes to an hour. So it's wild as to what all we can see come through as fraud in a matter of minutes.
If somebody business, well, it could be but big business kind of, I guess they have their own people who are somewhat dealing with fraud there. Hopefully they're not part of the problem themselves. But
you would be surprised, but a lot of the times you get business impersonation. And so we even have a lot of bank impersonation. Your fraudsters are able to spoof phone calls. Somebody could pick my cell phone number today and call them and act like they're me, and it's not going to be me. And so that's something we deal with as a fraud team ourselves is I try to speak lightly of their names, but they deserve all the recognition. But I don't like giving their names out because I don't want the bad fraudsters to call and say, hey, this is Madison from Wilson Bank and Trust. when it's really not me. So that's how we're able to decide if it's real or not.
Boy, this is time's passed fast here. But if somebody suspects fraud, is it good to call the bank, to call you?
Yes.
Especially regarding their account with the bank.
If you think you're experiencing fraud, reach out to a banker. Tell them to get you to my department. If they cannot get you, somebody, I promise you, will be able to access my team. We've got our phones. We're on call. We can work from anywhere we need to go, and I promise we'll get you taken care of.
And no doubt, being the manager here, you stay up to date and hear the latest little changes or latest things regarding fraud that are coming down the line.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's been nice to have you with us today, Madison. Madison Beal, manager, fraud. That's what it says here on the card. That's what you do.
That's what they told me.
I think you gave us a great explanation today, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. They're still here, still independent, still committed to you. Excellence in banking since 1987. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're 10 minutes after the hour, and I have invited William Porter to be my guest this morning. William Porter is the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Lebanon, and he doesn't come here. It doesn't seem like as often as he used to, probably because he didn't ask. But William, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Nice to have you. How things going this? Well, it's not summer yet on the calendar, but it's we kind of say that summer begins with Memorial Day. Yeah. How's things going?
Everything's good. We just had a real wet May, but other than that, it's baseball. They're almost over now with their regular season. I think they're having their end of the season tournaments this week and next week, and then they've picked their all-star teams, I think. So the all-stars are starting to practice, and so then they'll be getting ready for their all-star games. It seems that they start earlier and they finish quicker than they used to. By the time summer gets here and they ought to be playing, they're almost done playing. So.
Well, you talk about mainly Little League?
Yes, sir, Little League. The Babe Ruth League doesn't really start till usually the middle of May because a lot of those kids are still playing middle school, so they don't even start the older kids.
But we still have some Babe Ruth?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't aware. I used to be involved in it with the Lions Club, but being a life member and not required to attend meetings anymore, I don't do much concession. Well, I don't do any concession stand duties regarding baseball, but I think I did do my time.
Yes, I believe you did.
We've got a lot of things to talk about this morning, but I guess what's on a lot of people's minds is what's happening out on 231 South, out past Southside School there on the other side of the road. A park is being built. Give us a progress report, if you would.
Well, we're getting closer to that being done. I've got a meeting today at 12 with the mayor, and we'll be kind of sitting around and talking about when we're going to do maybe a grand opening type ceremony. So we're anticipating it being done, sometime when I say done, pretty much completely done, hopefully by the middle or late July. Mm-hmm. So once that's done, we'll be looking to have an opening, and Wilson United Soccer will be out there getting ready to start playing. Their fall for sure will be there this fall.
How excited are you about all of this? I know you've been a part of it, but it seems like most of the news that I've heard about that really has come from Mayor Rick Bell, or mainly him, and some problems that we've had with the people doing the construction.
Right. Oh, I'm excited about it. I said, like I told people you've been here a long time, and so this will be one of the first things that we've really built this way. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff we built internally with our people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. The fields have been done I've been taking care of the fields for a year and a half. So the fields have been completed. It's all the other stuff that we've been trying to get done is buildings and parking lots and other stuff. But the fields are built where they drain water, and they're built right with sidewalks everywhere. So it's going to be one of the first things that I think we've built like we go other places and see. Our Baird Park, it's great and we love it, but it's been pieced together with a field at a time, here, there. You know what I mean?
And started in the 50s.
Yes, sir.
Which was 70 years ago.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So, and started with the Babe Ruth field, and then just kind of, okay, there's a patch of grass, we need another field, and we put a field there, but no actual plan, like of this is a complex, and this is how we want to see it built out, and this is what we want it to look like. And we needed it for soccer. Mm-hmm. We needed to get away from the airport. Right. And it's like I told people when we went there, when Don Fox and them, we put that there, leased it from the airport to build the fields there, we might have landed 3 planes in 6 months. And now we're landing, 10 planes an hour. So, it just, what was a good idea at the time with limited risk is not a limited risk anymore. Right. So we really needed to get away from there.
The safety factor is changed tremendously.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, time for us to take a break. William Porter, our Director of Parks and Recreation here. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get a battery installed in most vehicles. $199.95. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's starting a little bit heavier the last few minutes. I-65 southbound over here at Trinity Lane, working your way down from the north, coming through Madison. Mount Juliet traffic is also on increase, leaving Wilson County down I-40 west as you head on over into Hermitage. Still moving at the moment, 24 as it tries to load up with a little bit more volume westbound. 24 up by Bell Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway coming in right now from Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. Hey, when you need dependable towing here in Middle Tennessee for your car, big truck, it doesn't matter. Call STR Towing and Recovery, strtow.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Wilson Bank and Trust. Open an account online today and manage your money with ease. Whether you're checking balances, depositing checks, or paying bills, with our secure digital banking solutions, your finances are always at your fingertips. Get started at wilsonbank.com. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Coleman and Company here on a Friday morning. Again, William Porter, Director of Parks and Recreation for City of Lebanon, is my guest. And I want to switch gears just a little bit, William. You have a daughter named Addie Grace who is a star basketball player at Lebanon High School, and probably her team would, and I think this is when she was a junior, but correct me if I'm wrong, but would probably have won the state tournament that year had it not been for COVID, and we still regret that. But she has made quite a name for herself, and I know you're proud of her and has represented your family well, and went to the University of Chattanooga and then played Clemson this last year, and so she's about to graduate?
Yes, sir. She graduates in August. Chattanooga didn't require any foreign language to graduate. So she had no foreign language at Chattanooga. When she transferred to Clemson, they required 16 hours of foreign language. So she's taken, and she decided on sign language as her language. So she's taken 2 sign language classes this summer to finish up that, and she'll graduate in August. So we're real proud of her. It was an experience to go to Clemson. We loved our time at Chattanooga, and if all things were regular, she would have just soon stayed at Chattanooga one more year and finished up there. But Coach got a hefty pay increase to go to Clemson and asked her to go with him, and so she decided she would go with him too, and so she went, and it worked out good. She got to play. She averaged about 18 minutes a game, and so she got to play a good bit and played, against the best that there are. We played Stanford, and we played Tennessee, and Alabama, and Duke, North Carolina. So it was a nice experience to travel around, see some of those, I said that, look, I'd go, you do what you want. I don't want you complaining at me 20 years from now thinking I made your decision, but I'd go fly on the airplane and eat steak and see how the other people live for a little while. And after being down there for about 3 weeks, she said, we waste so much money, because we did not waste it, but they just put a lot, they fed them after every practice or whatever they had. She said, I won't ever have to spend money to eat. And gear. She says, they spend more on swag than we spend on our uniforms. Just that. This just the difference in a budget. That from Power 5 to Chattanooga. But she loved her time at both, and we're real proud of her.
Well, and I was just really pleased that we got to have her on the program. I think she came with you, or you came with her, whatever. But one day, I remember that, and really, really appreciated that. And we wish her well. Well, what's you said it's getting about tournament time, and that's a pretty exciting time if you make the All-Star team. I guess that's about the ultimate being a little leaguer, if you can make the All-Star team and go to the tournaments. And we've done really well for a number of years. I don't know how many, but it seems like once we got the two civic clubs together and formed I forget what.
Lebanon Youth Baseball.
Yeah.
And now it's Lebanon Youth Baseball and softball, so they took softball under their umbrella, too.
Yeah, Lebanon Youth Baseball, which really just was a combination of what the two civic clubs have done. But that seemed to have worked really well, and they're working well together, and we've really won some state championships, as I recall.
Oh, yes, sir. Our All-Star teams usually do real well, and especially since they've combined. So now you don't split your talent up. You got all your talent under one umbrella. So they do real well, and like I said, they've started practicing, and that usually cranks up the end of June, 1st of July. So the tournaments. So they're chomping at the bit and ready to go.
Once you get the new park open out here, and of course I think soccer has been at the top of the list, really, but we've had I haven't been out there. I can't talk intelligently about it, but I understand it is expansion. We're going to have more places to play. Can you describe the changes that are anticipated in the next few years?
Well, out there you've got five fields, 3 grass, 2 turf. So you've got 5 regulation size soccer fields. So the big thing, it's like I told everybody, if you think you're going to duplicate your Saturday at Vulcan and take that day to the new complex and do it all on Saturday too, you're going to have the same problems at the new complex that you have at the old complex. The beauty of the complex is lights, which allows you to play through the week and at night, at night. So you can spread. That's their main thing at Vulcan is everybody plays on the same day, Saturday. Everybody plays on that day. So you just imagine the flow. And it'd be just like going to Baird Park and playing all your games. Every team's coming to Baird Park today to play.
Right.
You just don't have enough. It's not enough parking for any of that. And there's not enough parking for that if you duplicate the whole day at the new complex. But you can spread things out, play through the week, get some of those games out of the way where you don't have everything crammed into a one day, like a Saturday. So that's just going to give them the ability to spread out their rec league. And, of course, we've got Wilson United has a soccer program, a travel soccer side to their – they have the rec league and then they have a travel side. And so it's just going to allow them to – have more access to more fields for their travel teams to practice and play and tournaments and just a lot of stuff that we'll be able to do. Also, Top of Football will probably be playing some games. They'll be playing games out there, so we'll be able to help them facilitate some of their. I think they've played some at Winfrey Bryant and other places, and we've got them practicing over at Hobbs Field now. But they'll be in that mix of what's going on over there, and then once we get those 2 entities right there took care of, we'll see what else we're able to do. But those are the 2 main entities that we're trying to help.
As far as baseball and softball go right now, are we okay where we are?
I think once we get this done, I think we're looking at trying to get into phase 2 is the baseball softball fields.
All
and
right.
So I think. Not trying to speak for the mayor or anything, but I think that's on his agenda to get that started as soon as we can get this one up and running, to get started on at least doing the site work and getting the preliminary stuff done to move forward with that. But
what do you feel like we're full capacity Little League now? Do we need
more fields now?
Okay.
And that's what I told them. I said, when we were talking about doing the baseball, I said, because the baseball softball will help us it'll probably bring it'll bring in more tournament action probably than the soccer side will. And the main reason that Siegel right down the road in Murfreesboro they're going to get all the big major soccer stuff because they're built for it. We'll get an overflow. We'll get some of their stuff, like they'll have so many teams that we'll get some overflow, but we won't be the main hub.
Right.
Where with the baseball, softball, there's stuff that we can get that makes us the main hub,
Yeah.
And so there's more money there to be generated. So I told them once we get that, I just believe it'll bring a lot of things to our town, like hotels, restaurants, because once they know we're serious about building the second phase of this, you'll see some of that coming. But we need it. I said, and if we're wrong, if it doesn't generate new businesses and it doesn't generate the money, we're going to need it just to take care of us in 10 to 12 years, just to take care of our own. We'll need those fields. So for the first time, we won't be chasing our tail. We might be ahead of the game, So yes, we need it. Like right now, we could probably, if we had 3 or 4 of those fields, we'd be in good shape. But we're looking to build more than 3 or 4, But with what we've got allocated to build in this town in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to need more of those fields just to take care of us,
I believe the name is Veterans Field, but the baseball field up there
past
Babe Ruth Park.
Yes, sir.
Is it being used much?
Yes, sir. Well, we have some travel teams that use that. So a lot of our travel teams, that's kind of where we keep them off of Babe Ruth because we've got the Babe Ruth kids on Babe Ruth. So we rent it out. We've got we've got travel leagues and organizations, and so these organizations are looking for places. They have hitting facilities that they use, but they're looking for fields to use too. So we're able to rent those out, and so and that's just over the last year or two that it's became. Once the high school left and CABA left, it wasn't used as much. We had some use, but not as much. But over the last 2 years with some of these travel teams, we're keeping a pretty good mix on that field,
well,
too.
Knowing that you were coming and just thinking about what we were going to talk about, that entered my mind, wondering because it was a really nice field, and Cumberland had a tournament game up there one time. I remember
we used to host Cumberland. We used to host the area for Cumberland when they were here.
And the CABA thing that you had, that was just an everyday thing, I guess, till COVID hit, wasn't it?
COVID pretty much killed it. It was on its way to not being what it used to be because, we used to have a lot of teams from all over, and it had become pretty much a Tennessee state tournament because most of the teams were teams from the state of Tennessee, where before we might have 24 teams and only 2 from Tennessee and everybody else from somewhere else.
Well, that was quite a thing and good while it lasted.
It was good. It was a good thing. And,
I always look forward to having you and Johnny Davenport and
Hubbard.
Yeah, Larry Hubbard would come out and talk every year. We don't do that anymore, but at least we got you this morning. You're responsible for a lot here, and I think your responsibility is growing as our recreation department and the area is growing. Are you still able to take care of everything? And are you busier than ever?
We're pretty busy, Coleman, because we've got Cairo Bend Park, we've got Don Fox Park, we've got Hartman Drive. We've got Fred Burton Park, so we've got 4 parks that, besides the ball fields that we're managing, and Cairo's all the way on the other side of town. So it's a 30-minute drive to get to it to do anything, So and it's got about 15 acres to it that we have to keep mowed and keep up. So,
but you're responsible for that. I mean, you hire people, and I guess have extra part-timers maybe in the summer.
We just hire. We've got 12 full-time people, and then we get some summer helpers. We probably have 7 part-time seasonal workers that help us during that time. During this from now to August or September when they all go back to school, pretty much. So, to help us with it. But yes, it's and then of course the soccer fields are going to be opening up, and that's going to be going. So we've definitely got a lot going on for 12 people.
We're about out of time, but I got to ask this: have you had any problems selling your needs to the city council for the new budget?
Well, excuse me. Yeah. Well, we had a man in the budget a year ago when we thought it was going to open. The man got took out, but they allowed me to hire somebody to do some of that work. So I guess their mindset was they'd rather me hire somebody to do that work than pay his health insurance and his retirement and whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's where we're at. But we're gonna continue to grow. And as that thing opens up and they see what's going on, I think everybody will see that we're going to have some more people.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to be with us this morning. It's good to see you again. Appreciate the job that you not only are doing, but have done all these years. And I think we all, as citizens of Lebanon, owe a debt of gratitude to you for the good job. Honestly, I mean this sincerely. It's run very well. You've taken good care, and you've grown as we have grown. So just keep it up as long as you want to stay.
Well, thank you. Well, like I said, it's I don't do it by myself. You know, I've got a great staff: sure. Dusty Jones and Nathan Sanders and JT, and then the rest of the guys that are out there. It's like I told somebody the other day, I was out eating, and they said, "Man, you got those fields looking good." And I said, "Man, I don't even get to work on them much anymore. It's these guys here doing it because as we've grown, the administrative side's grown more.
Yeah.
And now I'd rather be dragging and lining a field than doing the administrative part of it. But I'm not as hands-on with some of that stuff as I used to be. But
well, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Coleman.
Appreciate it. That's part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more. Hope you'll keep it right here, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and that regular oil change, $39.95 up to 5 quarts of oil. Tax and disposal, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's picked up even more with traffic volume. 65 south here at Trinity Lane. It's gotten heavier on 24 out through the Antioch area. All that traffic coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, trying to get up through Antioch. On 24 going westbound here at Bell Road. It's increased even more through Kingston Springs with all that traffic pushing in on 40 East coming in from Dixon County. Watch for lots of radar out in Dixon County this morning. Princess Hot Chicken has new items on the menu. Check them out this weekend when you order online at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey, this is Dr. Derek Gregory, and I'm proud to announce to you the opening of our brand new dental practice, Gregory Dental Group, at 1746 West Main Street, just across the road from Sports Village. Come experience modern dentistry at its best. We're always welcoming new patients, and I truly look forward to taking the best care of all your dental needs. Come by or call us today.
That's Gregory Dental Group, 615-444-0322, or online at myLebanonTNDentist.com. Gregory Dental Group, compassion, knowledge, skill.
We'll have mostly cloudy skies with a chance of thunderstorms again for today. Highs will be in the lower 70s. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 50s, and then mostly sunny. A little bit warmer for our Saturday, highs in the lower 80s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
Yeah.
We welcome you to part two of Coleman and Company. It's a Friday. Friday means we talk with the CND team about them and Exit Rocky Top Realty. It's all together there at 1330 West Main in Lebanon. Great people, great service, people you can trust. And we've got our usual two, we'll call them this morning. We've got Miss Judy and Miss Medina, and welcome to you both.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let's see. You better say good morning again, Miss Judy.
Good morning.
I didn't have your mic turned up, but it is now. I didn't need it till now. But anyway, well, it's summertime. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not official till June 21st.
That's
but
right.
We say Memorial Day to Labor Day, and
That's right.
Memorial Day is past. Everything all right with you?
Doing great. Doing great.
Right. What are you going to tell us today?
Well, I thought I'd talk a second about temporary occupancy, and some people might not know what that means, but sometimes an agent will have a seller and they go, "Look, I'm going to move, but I am not moving out of this house till I got the money in my pocket." So what happens is most of the time people have their furniture all loaded up and they're ready to pull out of that house at the closing. So after the closing, the keys are given to the new owner. But there are cases where some people go, no, I'm not moving out until I got my money, in case something happens. So when you have those cases, there is a form from the Tennessee Real Estate Commission that we use that covers the seller and the buyer. So you've got to be smart when you do these kind of things. So sometimes they might say, I need, when the contract comes in, I need 2 days to move out after closing. Okay, so you go to the closing. Now the buyer owns the house, but the seller's still there. So this form covers the buyer and the seller that says, I'm going to take care of the house. And a lot of times we'll keep some escrow money. When they get the closing, the seller don't get all their money. We'll keep some back just for in case they tear the house up or something bad happens or they leave the house in a bad way. So that covers, and then what happens, they live there for the 2 days and pack up. Then the buyer, we go back over and we walk through and make sure nothing got torn up, the floors didn't get scratched when they moved out, and then we let them go up to the attorney's office and pick up the rest of their money. So that's one way of doing it. And it covers everything. Is if something fell through and nothing happened, then we, how many days they got to move out and that kind of thing. It's all covered in the 2-page form, temporary occupancy after closing. That's what that's called. Then there's a form, temporary occupancy before closing, because some people might come here and go, look, we found a house and we're closing in 30 days, but I've got to be on my job in 15 days, and I don't want to move twice from where they're coming from. So the seller will move out, the buyer will move in, and they have not bought the house yet. And the temporary occupancy on the contract gives them so many days. Someone will charge them rent per day until they close. And some say, no, I'm so happy to sell my house, just move in. And then all this paper covers that they got to move in. And if something were to happen and it did not close for some reason, they've got so many days to get all their stuff out and get the house cleaned back up. And they have to put down a deposit to do that. So there's ways to cover that in those kind of situations. We don't like to do it if we don't keep from it, because it's better to give the keys at closing and everybody's done. But sometimes there are situations that we have to work around it. And you have to have the buyer and the seller in agreement in writing. But those forms cover everything from insurance to taxes to clean up, everything. So that's something you can think about if you're going to sell and you're like, I'm not moving out till I get my money. Okay, we can cover that. Okay.
I think you explained it really well. You could be a realty teacher.
She'd be a good one.
Hey,
I think so.
Thank you. All right, I'll let Dana talk.
But the thing about it is you bring a lot of things out that the average person. I mean, I sit here and learn every time you get in the teaching mode, which is pretty much every Friday anymore.
Well, there are so many forms that's why you need to always use a real estate agent, whether it's us or somebody. Get a reputable real estate agent that knows their stuff and they can keep you covered. That's our job. Cover everything that could possibly happen.
Because you can really avoid a lot of trouble by
That's
doing
right.
that. Okay.
That's right.
All right. I guess Miss Medina, it's your turn.
Yes, I want to talk about 3 properties today. And the first one is we have one over at Cedar Station off of Castle Heights. It's behind of Al's Foodland, across from the Lebanon City Schools, across from Castle Heights Elementary. But that is a townhouse. It has it's one of these that has the 3 beds, 2.5 baths, a screened-in porch, but it has $20,000 worth of upgrades.
Oh.
So this homeowner bought it new, and so they went in and put in $20,000 more into it and made upgrades to it. So those upgrades make it separated from the rest of the townhomes in Cedar Station. So this one has your smart home system that has your smart locks, has your smart your temperature, your HVAC system. It also allows, if your HVAC system, your condensation unit, sometimes it can overflow because the tube gets stopped up. Some of those, they're in the attic and then it leaks and then here we go. You have a ceiling and then it falls through and all this stuff.
Yep.
That smart system is part of that. It notifies you, hey, we have a drip. And instead of you having to refix your ceiling and do all that repair, it lets you know when that first drop happens. So therefore, you can avoid all of that. So that's part of that $20,000 upgrade. Plus, they put backsplashes in the kitchen. They have a screened-in patio that whenever you go on the screen porch, you are not looking at another townhome. You are looking at trees.
No.
So you have a private backyard. You have the granite countertops. You have a chairlift going up to the upstairs section. So therefore, if you have if you're elderly or you break your leg, you can use that chairlift to get up to the bedrooms, okay? There is one bedroom downstairs. There's 2 bedrooms upstairs. Living room, the floors are hardwood, so give us a call if you're looking for something of that nature. It is $299,400, so it's underneath the $300,000 mark. So give us a call there. Then we have open houses on Saturday. We have one in Five Oaks at 162 Village Circle. It's a townhome. And it is listed in the $450,000 range, but it is 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths. Right there in the Villages of Five Oaks, you have the golf course and everything right there at your fingertips, but you don't have to maintain anything outside. So give us a call that one. I'll be there Saturday from 2 to 4. On Saturday. Then on Sunday, we have another open house in Stonebridge at 2520 Amberwood Way. And it's a single living home. It's a little bit over 2,500 square feet. It has a private backyard. It has a remote fountain in the backyard for you to enjoy sitting out under your covered porch. But it is no carpet in the house except in the bonus room upstairs. And give us a call for that one. But I'll be there Sunday from 2 to 4. And that one is listed around the $550,000 range. Okay. So it's a beautiful home. All 3 of these are beautiful homes. And they're looking all for new owners because all 3 of these owners, know where they're going. So they've already got a contract on where they're going or they've already got their eyesight on where they're going. So give us a call. We'd love to see you either Saturday or Sunday, or give us a call on Cedar Station at 133 Cecil Road, or give us a call for anything else that you're looking for. We'll be glad to help you.
And all you got to do is dial 615-443-3130.
And ask for the Realtor of the Year.
I love it. But
and remember, Coleman,
you always get the last word.
That's right. Remember, don't make a move without us.
See y'all next Friday. Thank you very much. C&D team, exit Rocky Top Realty, 1330 West Main. All right, last Friday, almost last day of I guess tomorrow is the last day of May, and this is the 30th, I think. Anyway, it's the last Friday, so we feature Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. Lebanon Senior Center, maybe for short, but Jamie Phillips is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. Nice to see you again.
Me too.
I think you've got the June information sheet there, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
That's what's mailed out. That's not the refrigerator page, the short version. This is the long version.
Yes.
You got it all. How are you anyway?
I'm doing well.
Well, it's been an interesting May at the Senior Citizen Center, and I guess June is going to be another one too. And of course, end of June, you'll probably get to this. End of June's when we, a lot of us at least, renew our membership, and I guess y'all are planning a day for that, maybe?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you just tell us where you want to start here.
Okay, so we're going to start with Pickleball Palooza.
All right.
This kicks off next Tuesday. It's a fundraiser for us, but there's 24 teams playing pickleball over. Well, it's every Tuesday of June and then July 1st. We'll have an awards night, all of that. But the thing about this is we are opening the center for meals from 5 to 6:30 at night. So you don't just have to play pickleball, but if you're in the community and you want to come and have dinner, we are selling at $10 a plate. So June 3rd, we're having cheeseburgers, potato salad, chips, and watermelon. Again, it's a fundraiser, $10 a plate, but you can come and eat with us.
All right, and as far as the pickleball palooza, how's that going to work?
We have a whole committee working on that. So we have Jan Parker and Kirsten Harris, and then Glenn Chambers there, and of course Heather. Everyone's working on that. I think Jan is kind of pickleball queen,
all right.
And she's kind of heading it up and making sure it's fantastic. But like I said, there's 24 teams. It's a league, a league play type thing.
Okay, but this is a fundraiser too.
It is a fundraiser, yes, sir.
Did we do something like this? We had a tournament, I think.
Yes, last year it was an open play type deal over at the Expo Center, but this time we're using the courts at Jimmy Floyd.
Wow. Okay.
So.
But of course, we're always looking for any kind of way we can have a fundraiser or make a little money and pay some bills.
Yes, sir.
Sort of thing. What else you got?
Well, we'll jump right to the membership. Of course, in June we run on fiscal years, so memberships are due July 1st for most of the members. So I have cleared our schedule on June 27th to have a fun day. We've done this the last 2 years that I've been there.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Friday.
Friday, June 27th.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that'll be the last Friday in June.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the whole morning is games. I'll have everything set out. We'll have a schedule. Everyone plays games. You'll get a raffle ticket. And then at the end of the day, at 1, we'll start giving away door prizes. And then at 2 o'clock, Michael Etzel will have his bingo.
Well, this is a day that's been well attended, as I recall. I don't know how long we've done that. We probably changed it a little bit, but somewhere at the end of June, we always have this opportunity to renew membership and kind of have a special day, so we call a lot of attention. People don't forget they want to do this, and it's a fun day.
It is a very fun day. So our menu that day is chef salad with chicken tenders, and that will bring in a few people by itself. Yeah. So
okay.
It's a good one.
Keep that in mind, everybody. And of course, you don't have to. You can just renew your membership and send a check or however you want to do it. But makes for a little more interest and excitement to do what we're doing here. I think.
Yep. It just kind of gives you a little, of course it's we have more going on, but the potential that, all that we could do at this center.
And of course, it takes some money, and we have to pay our dues, and some people do maybe contribute a little bit of money for those who have difficulty paying their dues.
Yep.
And that usually happens on this day as well. Yeah.
That's true.
We're time. It's time for us to take a break, Jamie. I wasn't paying attention to the clock here, but actually we're a couple of minutes past. But Jamie Phillips, the program director for the Lebanon Senior Citizen Centers here, and we'll get back with her after this break on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, they'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's got a little bit heavier here on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. It's trying to pick up, leaving Wilson County through the Mount Juliet area on I-40 westbound as you head on over into Hermitage, Donaldson, as it picks up 24 westbound through the Antioch area, coming in right now from Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. Hey, when you need dependable towing here in Middle Tennessee, call the best. That would be STR Towing and Recovery. Check them out at strtow.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's summertime, summertime, summertime.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, and it's time to get your backyard ready for all that summertime fun.
Well, if you want a bigger backyard, or maybe you don't want to mow anymore, let us help you find the home that fits your needs.
Houses are flying off the market so quickly, you really need to get a real estate agent to help you to find that dream home.
That's why you don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmentoller at Exit Rocky Top Realty, C&D Team, 443-3130.
Coleman and Company, our final segment here on a Friday. Today is the last Friday in June. What is today?
The 30th. Or the 29th.
29th. Yes.
No, it's the 30th.
Okay. All right. 3-0. I think we do know
the
where we are.
days just run together,
we may
yeah.
not know what day it is. We know where we are. Jamie Phillips, tell us more.
So we'll start back at the beginning of the month. I want to say Ben Blake come to me. He said, you talk about all these things on the calendar. He said, but you don't talk about this. So every Monday at 10:30, we have a group of seniors. It's led by Ben Blake. Joyce Bryan plays the piano, and Miss Jane Hamlet gets up there. Ralph Bean and sometimes Gail Morris, they lead hymns. So it's called the Sing-Along, but it is so special. And I should have talked about this a long time ago, but it really is the sweetest things. Like I said, it's just 30 minutes of hymns, and it's just beautiful. So
you have a good audience. People sing along.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We have members. We have books, and members just sing along. Yep.
Well, I haven't made this, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Also, on Monday, we're kicking off with UT Extension a program called Cooking Matters. Lesline Watkins Taylor, she is heading up this program. It's a 3-week program, twice a week. If someone wanted to do that with her, it's absolutely free. It just shows you how to cook healthy on a budget. So like I said, that kicks off on Monday. Sign-ups are open. Newsletters are late. They arrived yesterday, but you probably will get them on Monday. So if you have any questions, just make sure you call the center and we can answer those questions for you. Also with UT Extension, Samantha, we are doing chair volleyball every Monday at 2. So just a little something in the afternoon. We tried this once so far, and it was a lot of fun. I played, and it's not with a volleyball. It's with a beach ball, so nobody gets hurt. And you're in a chair the entire time.
Oh.
So I won't say what she said, but it was a lot of fun. And like I said, you sit down the entire time, and you're playing with a beach ball. So very easy, not going to get a headache. Lots of fun.
But some exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Tuesday, the first Tuesday of every month, we have the Dementia and Alzheimer's Support Group. This is for caregivers who just need someone to come and talk to, whether that's guidance or just to get something off their chest. Mm-hmm. So we want to let you know that we're there for you, and we have a group of experienced caregivers who are there every first Tuesday of the month.
Do you participate in this?
I haven't been in the last couple meetings, but I will resume in June. So
yeah, okay. So you're kind of the leader or moderator.
I schedule it. That's what I do. We have Tom Lee. He heads up the group, and he's experienced. He's gone through it twice, once with his mom and then with his wife as well. Okay. So he has answers to all the questions. Okay. And then sometimes we have a nurse come in, mm-hmm. and she's there too. We're still bowling the first Tuesday of every month in the afternoon. The price did go up from 8 to 9, but prices have increased everywhere. It includes 2 games of bowling, and that's a lot of fun. I want that group to grow.
Yeah.
but it's kind of slow.
Really, all you do, you pay $9 and everything's the shoes and it's all taken care
Yes.
of for 2 games of bowling.
That's correct.
And that's
It's the first Tuesday of every month.
first Tuesday of every month. All right, well, and of course, I think the only bowling place we have here in Lebanon, over there on the bypass.
Yes, Pro Bowl. Yep.
Right.
Yep. Shopping, of course, we take a shopping trip every month, and then we also have like a bigger trip each month. So in June, we're doing the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky. As of right now, I have 1 spot open on that if anyone wanted to go. Like it's just a day trip to Kentucky. And then, of course, our shopping trip. Like I said, that's every month. Last month we went to the Avenue, or next month we'll go to the Goodwills. So it's always something fun, something different.
How many you usually take?
On the shopping trips, I'm usually full. So
how many is that?
It's 14.
Okay, that's how many is.
That's including myself.
So you and 13 others can
Yes.
get into the vehicle,
Yep.
and you're full.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm a good driver.
Oh, I believe that.
We'll note that.
We hadn't heard of any mishaps so far.
That's right. You have not. The second Monday of each month, we have a veterans social. Gentiva Hospice, they kind of head up this group where after bingo, veterans or the spouse of veterans stick around, and they have donuts and orange juice or milk, and they just, have conversation. It's, I think, good to talk to people that know, what you went through, because they'd gone through something similar. So, again, that's every second Monday of the month, Veterans Social, led by Gentiva. Shuffleboard, we've been playing shuffleboard. You missed it this week.
Yeah, I did.
I know, it's okay. But I do have it for 3 times in June, so you'll be glad to hear that.
Yes.
So shuffleboard is something new, something fun. And there's so much going on.
Well, you're still playing cornhole.
We're still playing cornhole.
Got that probably at least 3 times.
3 times, yep.
Yeah.
Music, we have music, whether that's the jam or we have JW. We recently have a new guy come in. His name is Bob Johnson. He's very good. He plays a different genre of music, something different. And then Kathy Davis, she has a day in June too, and she said there was a time in her life that she actually opened for Elvis. So that's, I don't think everyone knows that, but I think that's really cool.
Well, I hadn't heard that. I've heard she recorded one time, and she gave me a copy of some of what she did. She's a really good singer.
She is.
And she's there with some others usually when she sings.
Yes.
J.W. Martin comes by himself. You still having him?
Yep. Like I said, Bob, Kathy, and JW, they all have their own Wednesday this month.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But we also have the music jam where everyone can come and play.
So
together.
That's really 4.
It's four Wednesdays of music. Of course, every Wednesday we have something else going on as well. Something a little lighter that not, so. It's
your job to schedule all of this.
Yes, and we have a full.
Come up with some new stuff, and as we've heard about this morning, and you want everybody to participate.
I do. That's the only way. I mean, if anyone has any recommendations, I'm here to listen. And I mean, if we can make it work. Someone come to me the other day and asked about like a grandma and me like reading session. They'd bring in their young children and read them a book, and that is like intergenerational. And so I'm going to look at that, see how we can make it work.
But you are open to suggestions.
I am.
Yes.
I am. Yes. Because I'm here for y'all. So whatever it is that you want to do, that's what I want to do.
We got about 2.5 minutes. You got anything else?
We're closed for June 19th. I think, but I pretty much.
That's a city holiday.
It is.
Everybody in the city gets off that day.
Yeah, it's a national holiday.
Which includes you who work at the Lebanon Senior Citizens Center.
That's correct. Something new I don't have it highlighted, and I should have, is painting ceramics. we have a lady, Melanie Fegley. She started coming in. This will be her third class where she has different types of ceramics, figurines. Whether in April it was rabbits, and last month she had some planters. But she has a variety, so different things that you can choose from, and you're just painting ceramics, and that's a lot of fun. I painted one for my daughter, very detailed. But I think if you haven't tried that yet, you should. You should give it a go because something like I said. We have painting with Joyce. We have card making with Joyce. So this is just a little something different. We have crafts and jewelry and everything.
Joyce is always looking for something to do and get people involved.
She spends a lot of time preparing for her classes, and I just wish. Talking to her and hearing she puts a lot of effort into that.
Yeah,
and she does a great job
from doing whatever she's doing there, participating.
Yes, yep, she'll teach you. But like I said, we have crafts with Diane and jewelry with Janet. Those are things that we do every month. So come on over, check us out.
All right, we're about out of time here, and don't forget a party day to renew your membership and a big fun day. Which day is that now?
It's Friday, June 27th.
Okay, which is the day I guess you'll be back here to talk about.
Yep,
all
we'll
of
have
it again.
Door prizes, a big bingo, bigger than ever kind of bingo.
All right.
Okay.
Jamie Phillips, thank you so much. Appreciate your visit and all that good information. And we wish everybody an enjoyable weekend. And until Monday, I wish you a fantastic day.